welcome back. Apparently that's how we start every podcast now is welcome back.
Because we know you're coming back for more. You loved it so much the last time.
That's fair. Okay, so Happy New Year
Yeah.
to everyone. First episode of the year.
First episode of the year. We are recording this a little early because I will be out of town for the new year.
She'll be in the big city.
Yeah. So don't judge my outfit. You get it twice.
It's so good you get it twice.
Yeah. But yeah, so this is going to be dropping
Like the 6th?
I think so. Whatever the first Wednesday of the month of January
think it's the
is.
6th.
Yeah. But yeah, so we recorded. We
Took a little break.
took a little break.
Barnes & Noble is having 25% off today.
Yes, in stores only. So we had to go visit.
We had to take a little trip, and we have a little haul for you guys.
Yeah.
You want to start?
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I have been wanting to read this for a while. I've had so many like reviews that I've seen like on TikTok and social media for Dire Bound by Sable Sorensen.
That's probably going to be on our...
And you got it for Christmas.
Yes,
So now
I got it for
both
Christmas. So
have
it's probably
it.
going to be on our...
2026 list.
We'll probably do a podcast about it.
Oh yeah, for sure. She thick. It's gonna be great. I love
The thick ones are always good.
I know. It makes me feel so accomplished when I get to put this aside.
It is nice.
This one is a short little novel called Spellcaster by Jamin Eve. And I saw this recently somewhere. And I was like,
Online or something?
Yeah, probably TikTok. And yeah, it's just a little standalone, I believe. I could be wrong on that. No, I lied. This one's not a standalone. I think it's the first one in a
We're
short
always
series.
looking for standalones and can never find them.
But we did find, right?
Yeah.
Isn't this one?
Well, kind of. This is like, oh shoot. This is
We both
part of
got
a
this
bigger,
one.
yeah, Throne of Secrets.
Yeah.
Right. This is part. I think they're all technically standalones, but they're all like kind of in the same universe world.
Yes.
It's
yeah.
called something. It's called like the Prince of
Does it say in here?
something series, but they're not like
Prince of Sin.
yes.
Throne of the Fallen, Throne of Secrets. So technically, this might not be the first one that she's released in this like realm.
No, I think Throne of Fallen is the first one.
Yeah. I haven't read that.
I think this is the second one. No, but I have it on my bookshelf.
Oh, I don't have it. But this one's really pretty, and there's like the really pretty blue sprayed edges, so we got it.
So of course.
And apparently, I mean, if it's a standalone, you can read it in whatever order. So.
And I love at the chapter, like, did you notice that?
Yeah. I am now.
Like at the beginning of the chapters.
Dragons.
You probably can't see that, but there's like art at the beginning of the chapter. So
Yeah.
pretty book.
Beautiful,
and
stunning.
Something about a paperback I just like so much more.
I know. We both decided. I mean, we both were talking about in the store how the hardbacks are so nice to look at on a shelf, but not my favorite to like hold
Actually
and read.
Yeah.
Nope. So, all right. So then this one I had to get because it was also beautiful.
That's what caught your eye.
Yeah, it did. And I have seen this. I don't really know much about it. It's Warrior Princess Assassin. It looks like it has like
Promising title.
It seems like from like the little synopsis that like it's 3 different people, the 3 different POVs potentially, or at least 3 different storylines. But I don't know a lot about it, but it's got to be a love triangle. Like, at least from reading
We're
it,
due for a love triangle.
We've been aching for this. So, yeah, I picked it up because I thought it was really pretty and it sounded really intriguing.
Yeah,
so.
I read the little synopsis. It sounded good too.
Yep. So that's that one. And then the last one, which
We both got.
I was like, hey, this one's really pretty.
And I was like, oh, yeah, you're right. Where's it at?
This one's called, oh my gosh, I can't even read that.
Gorgeous.
Noccadia. It took me a second to read this, like,
Yeah, the font is very...
It's stunning. It's hard. It's a T. Noccadia. Anyway, by Carrie Lake. It is a standalone. and it is a professor-student relationship, which
Fantasy, though, aren't they?
yes, it's like a magic college, right? Or
Yes.
something of the sorts.
Yeah, I think you're right. Rumored to be haunted by
Yeah.
mental patients.
I was
it's
reading
giving
it.
Phantasma vibes.
Yeah, I was reading it and it says, I crave his authority. He aches for redemption.
And she was
I was
sold.
like, oh, okay.
When we were checking out, the girl at the counter was like, oh, you're going to love this.
And the purple butterfly, I love it.
I'm
so
excited.
Much. Yeah.
This would be a pretty addition to the shelf, if nothing else.
Oh, yeah. So anyway, that's my haul. You got a couple different ones than I did.
Yeah, I got the serpent. The serpent, the
I have
wings
that
of
on my
night.
Kindle.
This has been everywhere on TikTok.
Yes, for a minute, like a hot minute.
Yeah, everyone's raving about it. So we'll see. I'm excited. Sometimes those books on TikTok get like overhyped, and then they don't really. Wow, the font is really small. Oh boy.
Gonna pull out those reading glasses.
No, but I am excited to read it. I think this is a series too.
Yeah, I haven't read that one, but it is a series.
So I got that one. So cute. No sprayed edges, but that's okay. And then the other one I got is The Stars Are Dying.
So I haven't even heard of that one.
Where did I see this? I don't know. It's definitely there go your books. It's definitely been on my radar. I'm not really sure how. I can't recall like where, but when I saw it in the store, I was like, "Oh, I remember hearing about this." I think this is a standalone too, which is nice.
Yeah, I'm surprised we actually found a couple standalones.
I know.
I'm so excited.
I think this one has there's vampires in this one. And it's like, but there's
so
humans.
Perfect, because you need a vampire book.
I do, yeah. I think it's kind of like not like trials, but something along those lines. To like protect.
Like Hunger Games?
Well, yeah, I think they are like different, like different, what are they called in Hunger Games?
Not
Sections?
Sections.
I don't know. I think they're like, and they make them compete, and then whichever ones lose,
very Hunger Games.
The vampires get to go to those worlds and like feed. I'm pretty sure it's something.
Oh, okay.
Do not quote me on that. I'll let you know after I read it, but I'm pretty sure it's something along those lines.
Nice.
So, nice little book haul to start off the new year.
Yes. Getting prepped. We're ready. So lots of good things to come. If you don't have some of these books, or if you do and haven't read them, then stay tuned. All right.
Okay. So,
are you ready to banter?
oh, I'm ready. I'm going to try to do this without giving anything away so that people can do whatever they want to do. And I think it's going to be extremely difficult, but I'm up to the challenge.
You're probably going to exceed better at it than I will.
We're going to try really hard. And if there's a spoiler, then I will try to mark it in the thing. But hopefully we can get through this without spoiling anything for anyone. Okay, so just to catch everybody else up, we're about to do a little state your case when you should read Assassin's Blade and the Throne of Glass series.
We are about to fight it out.
We are. Kylie read
you already
it.
got your hair put up. Okay, hang on one second.
Kylie read it first. I read it third. She thinks her way's the right way. I think my way's the right way.
I'm pretty sure I know.
I don't think there's any right way, to be fair. But there are two very different experiences. So it's kind of interesting that we both did it a different way.
Yeah. But I think it makes it better for the listeners so they can have both points of views.
Yeah, you get two perspectives. So we're going to talk about why we think you should read it one way or the other, and we're going to try not to spoil anything. So if you do read it first, great. If you read it third, then great.
This is going to be so hard. I feel like my points for reading it first are really hard to like express and not spoil.
Yeah, I feel the same.
But I feel like you know certain things reading it third that you don't know if you read it first.
That's true. Yeah. But if somebody's going to read it third, we don't want to spoil those things.
I know.
You want them to go into it blind. Yeah, that's why it's going to be hard.
Reasons why you shouldn't. Never mind.
Okay, well, let's just jump into it.
We're going into this. We are
I'm gonna just like I have no notes in my.
No,
I
don't
just have
really
everything
either.
that's in my brain.
Not for this part, at
Which
least.
we've talked about it before. Like when I was first starting reading the series, this is kind of why the podcast was born to begin
Yeah.
with. When I was first reading the series, I like did some research online and just decided because I think Sarah J. Maas put out that you should read it third, right? Isn't that what she said?
I don't know if that's the order that she wrote it, potentially.
The publishing order?
Mm-hmm. That's like, I think, the
Oh.
publishing order or the way that.
No, she specifically
But
said
she does. There is, I've heard,
that you should read it third.
maybe it's on her website or wherever,
I
but
think that's where it is.
people, or she even says that, like, she suggests reading it third.
Mm-hmm.
But my question to her is, why would you write these stories, which chronologically happened before
First,
before Throne of Glass?
Mm-hmm.
Like, why would you feel the need to write these stories to really delve into some of these characters? Because I don't think she wrote them from the get-go, obviously. Like, I think she went back and wrote these.
Is that what happened?
I think so.
They were published later.
Mm-hmm. And so, but my thing is, like, if she felt like this was important enough to create, why would you, like, why throw off the order? Why, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I understand what you're saying, but I also understand it's the same thing as like when you watch a movie and like halfway through the movie they do a flashback to something that happened to them, like you have like a childhood flashback, or
But
you have
see,
like
then I would think that she should space out specific stories, because
I
these
have
different
seen that.
characters are kind of brought up later at different points in the book, and I feel like there are some things that maybe are like mentioned that you don't catch in the first couple books because you didn't read that first. Not a lot.
I don't think
Not a lot, but like teeny little things.
I do think that some people use that as an argument to read it first, and I don't think that's a very strong argument.
I wouldn't.
There's a lot of other reasons why you should read it first as opposed to reading it third, but I didn't feel so. I read it.
You're not gonna miss out.
You
on
won't miss out on anything
if you don't read it first. But there are some little nuances that I think you do, like, you're more tuned into if you've already read it.
Yeah, maybe. I just don't think it's that important.
As somebody who read it third would say.
I never felt like lost or confused, you know?
Which that is a common argument. Some people do say that, like, you know, you dive into Throne of Glass but that's also like any book that you dive into.
In the middle of a world,
in
the middle of
kind of
life.
get just like shell shocked into is happening.
Just figuring it out,
And you have to kind of get yourself caught up and oriented, right? And I feel like that is most any book. I mean, because that's how they catch your attention, right? As a good author, you have an immediate like plot, immediate like
that draws you in.
Yeah, something to kind of like snag you. And then you have questions,
and you're like, how does this world work? What's going on? Why is this happening? That's what makes you want to continue to read. Yeah. Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me is it's the emotional impact. I feel like that's the biggest debate. Like, you can talk about being confused or you can talk about all this stuff, but regardless of however you decide to read it, there is something that happens in Assassin's Blade that has an emotional impact. And if you read Throne of Glass first, it is mentioned that something has happened, that this thing has happened. So I knew reading it third, I knew going into Assassin's Blade what was going to happen. Like the big emotional like ball drop in Assassin's Blade, I already knew it because it was mentioned in passing multiple times in the first like 2 books. So that's something to take into consideration. And I think that's why a lot of people like to read it first, because they want to feel like a big emotional impact specifically to that thing that happens in Assassin's Blade.
If you read it third, you know it's coming.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it's still like it's emotional because it's like you're like
because
it's
emotional.
Yeah,
regardless,
it's just emotional in general. So you're like waiting for this to happen, like that anxiety, that anticipation. It's like all building up. You're like waiting for this moment, right? But if you read it first,
you don't know.
you don't know this is coming. So it's kind of like the world just gets flipped upside down. Your feet get swept from underneath you. And you just have to kind of take a second to take it in. And so it's like, instead of having this, like, I feel like this anticipation build up for what's going to happen, you kind of just have this out of nowhere blindsided gut punch.
Yeah, that's true. I will say I didn't ever feel any sort of like anticipation. It was just like a
Really?
fact. I just knew that this was going to happen.
See, and to me that makes me feel really sad for you.
No, because that really only happened. There, how many novellas are in this book? 4 or 5? I think it's 5.
5, yeah.
It's at the very end. Like, it's not even really pertinent to the first 4 stories. So for me, it's like if you read it first, I think that this one thing that happens is your number one takeaway from Assassin's Blade, whereas opposed to when I read it third, because I already knew that that was going to happen, that was not my takeaway from Assassin's Blade, which I think is probably why she published it that way. Or
I could see her like encouraging people to read that third, because obviously, excuse me, hiccup. Obviously, Selena is the main character.
Yeah, she is.
Like, we are here for Selena's story. Yeah. And when you read it third, you are more attached to her and emotionally impacted by all of the things that are impacting her.
Yeah.
So therefore, it's like you're taking away more of her story and like her emotional, probably, like what's impacting her and what has shaped her, versus focusing on this one event that
happens.
Does rock your world.
That's
a little
such
bit.
a good way to put it. It's like you get emotional impact both ways, but it looks different.
One
like
is more emotionally impacting to you, and one is more able to resonate with the main character's emotional impact through previous
which is
life
really what the whole story is about. It's about her. It's about Selena. Yeah. I don't know. I will admit that, like, when I first read, so I read Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight, then read Assassin's Blade, which I also have heard of some people reading it fourth.
Oh.
I think that's a terrible idea, just because you
get more information, like.
Yeah, but I also think based off of the way that Crown of Midnight ends and based off the way that Heir of Fire ends, I think reading it after Crown of Midnight is better. They both end. I mean, every book ends with like
a little bit of a cliffhanger.
Yeah, a good moment. That's typical for like a series, obviously. But I think just looking at both of the two kind of like cliffhangers or like big things that happen, I think it does make more sense to read it after Crown of Midnight, which maybe when we get there I can explain why. I don't want to say it.
Yeah.
So
save that.
I don't know, but I read it third, and then I remember having this immediate moment of like, oh, I kind of wish I would have read it first. And then I jumped back into the story.
Oh, yeah, 'cause I remember you telling me that, and I was like,
I said that, yeah. And then I kind of sat on it for a couple of days, and I jumped into the next book. And then the more that I, like, continued the story, the more that I was like, no, I'm so glad I read it third.
You waited, yeah. I remember you saying that, too.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm happy with I don't think there's, like, a bad way to read it. Like,
there isn't.
They're fantastic books, and I'm hopeful that more characters from Assassin's Blade are going to show up in like the series, and that's also probably the reason why she like stopped to write these 4 stories. Like, yes, it gives you a ton of insight into Selena and her life and why she makes the decisions that she does, and it like gives you this big understanding of this character you've been trying to understand for 2 books that you can't.
Well, I feel like too, like, not knowing the backstory. So I have like my like inner self like has turmoil with this, because the author says, oh, read it third. And so I'm like, oh, well, she wrote it. I should listen to her, right?
That's why I read it third, because of her.
But then the other part of me, like the science brain, Kylie, is like, you can't
chronologically
read it not chronologically. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
The way I resolved that is the fact that it's 4 short stories. So I'm like, it's not a book. It's 4 short stories.
That pertain to the bigger story, and also literally end. I do feel like it made the transition into Throne of Glass less jarring because it literally walks you right up into Throne of Glass.
Yeah. It happens immediately.
Which is nice. Like, it's just like an immediate pickup into that. So, I mean, I also liked that too.
Yeah, but I liked starting where I started and not knowing anything about this
Yeah.
girl that is.
Which some people, I don't know. I've never, I don't, some people like, I have heard comment on her personality and just like how dull she was and how like maybe they like didn't like immediately like connect with her and they thought she was just kind of whiny or this and that like from the get-go. But it's also because you don't understand everything that she's been through. But also some people don't have a problem with just like waiting for that character development to slowly occur.
That's interesting. I do remember picking up Throne of Glass, setting down Throne of Glass, and then having to pick it back up later because I was disinterested. I wasn't disinterested in her. I was disinterested in the story of Throne of Glass. Like, I think that first book was slow for me, and I just think that book is just slow. Like,
I think, too, after reading Assassin's Blade, you get all these, like, short stories that have, like,
they're
immediate
quick,
answers and, like, you know, all this stuff going on. It did make Throne of Glass.
Didn't you feel like it was slow? I just think it's a slow book in general.
Yeah. The first part, like, really catches you, gets you going, gets you started, and then it does slow down significantly.
Like the middle section of that book is just like, okay, something needs to happen. That's just how I felt. I remember feeling like, when are we going to get somewhere here?
But then once it does pick up, it's like off to the races from there.
You're done for. Yeah, you're definitely done for. But to be fair,
you're starting the next book and the next one immediately.
A Court of Thorns and Roses. That first book was atrociously slow.
I felt like that reading it the second time, but I couldn't tell that's because I'd already read it once.
Oh my gosh, I hated that first book.
Really?
Until I was like 75% of the way through.
I
then
feel
I was
like
okay, I'm here for it.
If I was a more anti-commitment type person, I feel like I could have ended up as one of those girls with a Tamlin tattoo.
Oh dear. See, if I'm committed. If I start a book, I'm going to finish it 99.9% of the time. So if I didn't have that quality, I wouldn't have finished that.
Yeah.
I would have put it down and I would have been done with it because I couldn't do that. But Throne of Glass was better.
I need to get better about DNFing books because there are too many good books out there to waste time. Not to say that the ones I would DNF are actually bad books. They just would be like, I'm not interested.
Yeah, you're just not interested in them, and that's okay.
And everybody's going to have a book that they DNF that I maybe would disagree with. But all that to say, it is like life is short. There is a lot of books. So I need to get better about not telling myself I have to finish it just because I started it.
Yeah. I think if it's a series.
That's a pride thing, though, for me.
Well, I think if it's a series, then you should finish it. Finish the first book.
I do. The whole series. Oh, the first book? Okay, fine.
Yeah, if there's like 5 books in the series, I think you should at least finish the first one.
I thought you meant the whole series. I was like, that's a big commitment.
But if it's a standalone and you're not liking it, then quit.
Yeah.
Okay, so all of that to say, a little summary, unless you have anything else to add.
Not really.
So if you
pick your poison.
Yeah, pretty much. You're going to enjoy it either way. Just know that like something will be spoiled for you if you read it third, but you'll have a little bit more of an emotional impact towards the main character. Or if you want just like good old-fashioned emotional.
If you want to be wrecked,
read it first.
Read it first. And you'll love your life.
I don't know about that. Okay. I feel like that was good. So all of that to be said, we are going to recap the books in chronological order.
We debated, how long? This has been a debate for
a long time.
And then today it continued to be a debate for hours.
Yeah, because there's not really like a wrong way to do it, but if you are going to read Assassin's Blade first, you shouldn't have to wait for us to recap Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight before you get to hear the Assassin's Blade recap, and then vice versa. Like if you're going to read it third, skip this part and come back to it whenever you read it. So we just feel like that's best for everybody to go in chronological order and recap it first. So that's what we're going to do.
Yeah. So we will be recapping Assassin's Blade this week and then Throne of Glass the following. And we'll basically be going through each book the next few weeks until we get to Kingdom of Ash.
Mm-hmm.
We might, so Tower of Dawn and Empire of Storm, to be determined if we're going to do that in 1 week or two.
Honestly, Air of Fire might even take 2 weeks.
Possibly. It's a big one.
Yeah, and there's a lot of things that happen.
Yeah. So, official schedule to be determined.
Yeah.
But essentially, once we get to Kingdom of Ash, then we'll be going through that, kind of like we've been going through Brimstone, where it's a little bit slower and more in depth.
We're all going to be emotionally
devastated.
Yeah, that's what we hear. So we're really looking forward to that. I'm scared for Kylie's sanity. She's going to make it through. We're all going to go through it together.
Well, and if
you haven't read Throne of Glass, get started. Now's the time.
Yes. Jump in because
it's a wild ride.
Oh, man.
It's so good.
It'll be the best ride of your life.
I'm not even
but hold on
finished with the tandem
Grab
read.
that headboard real hard. Sorry, reference to another book.
It's been a long day.
Oh.
Okay, let's do it. Throne of Glass. Assassin's Blade.
Oh.
Okay. So the first little novella here. Oh, The Assassin and the Pirate Lord. To me, this was like the most fun story of all of the stories in here.
And I feel like it set me up really well because, well, I mean, later on when Ralph.
Like Wreck-It Ralph.
No, that's not how I envision him.
I don't know. I've never seen that.
Later on, whenever he comes back in, I just
haven't seen him yet.
But you haven't?
No. I literally haven't seen any of these characters again, except for one, which we already talked about.
I told you this was going to be hard for me.
It's fine. I mean, it's not like spoiling anything.
No.
There's a million characters in this series, and they all come in and out.
Anyway, who knows how he comes back or what happens with all that, because never know. But basically, I don't know. I really liked his character in this little like short story. He's like.
You liked Ralph?
I think he grows on you.
Oh.
All right, I'm gonna you take
okay.
This, but
I'm gonna lead.
I'm just gonna.
So, well, basically, he doesn't play a huge part in this. I mean, he comes in and she's like negotiating. But what I took most from this story was Selena and like her whole interaction. Like, this girl is so young in these books. Like, so young. What is she, like 16
or 17?
And she is just, like, dancing around all these grown men. Just, like, I just remember.
Like, putting them on their asses.
Yes. Just, like, mentally and physically, of course. But it was so fun to see her get information from him without letting him know that she's getting information. Like, she walked into it pretending like she knows exactly what's going on and she gets there and she finds out that this is not what actually she's here to do.
No,
she doesn't want him to know that she doesn't know what's going on, and so she pretends like she knows what's going on to get information about what's going on. And the whole time, I'm just like, she is so smart. And then she just goes off and decides she's going to make this plan to free these slaves. And Sam's like, what are you up to? And she's like, none of your business.
Well, and like,
I want breakfast when I get back to the room.
Yeah, and then the other thing is not only... Because, okay, you first meet her right out of the gate. You're like, this girl's a bitch.
Oh.
Like, whenever she first sits down at the table and, like, you first interactions with her. And then also we find out she's a big book girly because somebody made a comment of, like, well, you wouldn't be so cranky and tired if you hadn't been up all night reading. Anyway.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
And so we love her for that. But also she just... kind of seems kind of
so funny, different perspectives.
Yeah. So anyway, you kind of get like this girl is kind of crazy. But then it's like, now she's like all about like risking her life and like
to save these slaves and to free them. And Sam's
which
like,
she has no attachment to. She has nothing like
no, and this
no benefit to her.
This was a fun way to set up this first story is a fun way to set up this like enemies to lovers. Enemies is a strong word. They have a rivalry definitely going on. Her and Sam do, and so this was a fun way to kind
Because
of
they're the two
set that up.
youngest assassins in the Assassin's Keep,
and they
it's
get
kind
put on
of
this mission, and
which
like
Arabin, the like king of assassins, he kind of like puts that on them. I feel
for
like
sure.
he kind of like twists it and like makes them kind of hate each other because like he does kind of like play like that favorite.
Well, that only
like,
benefits him. Yeah. So this one was fun to read. Yeah, obviously they free the slaves, and
they do a lot of damage in that. She thinks she lost Sam at one point in time.
And then they hug at the end of this one. And she's like, if
like,
you
maybe
ever
I
tell,
don't hate him.
But then she's like, if you ever tell anyone I embraced you, I will kill you. And he just like dies laughing. Like, love that. That was such a cute little, it was a great little first story. The next one.
The Assassin and the Healer, which I really loved this. Essentially, like, obviously, like, Selena and Sam got their asses handed to them because they went behind orders and caused a bunch of, basically lost a bunch of money for Arabin that he was anticipating.
And caused problems, just with
so basically Dad came in and disciplined his children very harshly.
Yeah.
Anyway, with part of that, he sent Selena away, and she's basically like on her way to her next like stop in this little book. And on her way, she stops at this like really seedy, like sketchy inn and stays there for a little bit and she's like waiting for her ship to cross the sea to the desert. But anyway, she runs into like a barmaid that's working there, and they kind of like they kind of bond, I guess, essentially. But like she saves her.
Well, the girl notices Selena right off the bat, like kind of understands what's going on, and then they don't have a ton of interaction, I don't think. And then she gets caught out in the alley being attacked by those men, and Selena shows up and saves her.
Yeah, and essentially then you get like her story, like her telling Selena that she like basically has been trapped there for a couple years now because she was on her way to like train to be a healer at like the healers like
Academy.
College essentially, like academy, and ran out of funds and then started working for this guy who.
And they take all of their money.
Constantly, basically like
she's working for free, pretty much.
Yeah, constantly just like messes with her, basically like charging her for her stay and all this stuff. But anyway, so she's basically just trapped in this like never-ending cycle. And then Selena teaches her how to fight.
And then the
Basically
one
how to
guy
like
that got away comes back,
defend herself.
and she puts her moves to the test, and she gets out of the situation.
Yep. So, and then she, I think Selena like sneaks out in the night, like every assassin would.
Yeah.
And left her like a little bit of money
Mm-hmm.
and a gift and said like the world needs more healers.
Yeah. Basically, get a move on.
Get your butt out of there.
It was a really good story. It showed a lot of Selena's like softer side. Like, she is an assassin, but this was like when you really got to see that she does care about people. Even though she does like lie and cheat and steal.
Yeah, because wasn't she doing some of that in the inn? Like, was she playing cards, or was that's not happening yet?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
Anyway. All right. Next
and then
one.
she makes her way to the desert. The Assassin in the Red Desert. I actually really enjoyed this story too.
It was I think it was like one of the longer stories.
It was very long. Yeah, you're right.
Which is a lot that happens.
There was a lot of training involved. She meets Ansel, her roommate. They become friends. I loved this like part of the story because Selena is an assassin. She is smart and she's cunning and she has all of these like really great qualities that you want in like a strong female character. But then she also just like likes nice clothes and she likes to wear makeup and she likes to like do all these girly things, and I'm just like, thank you. Like, this is
girls
what I
can
want.
be tough and cute at the same time.
It made her so relatable as a female main character to just like hear her like to be a girl. So that was really fun.
Yeah, because didn't her and Ansel had like basically had a little girls' night one
Yeah,
night
she taught her how to put on makeup. She taught
before
Ansel.
the dance or some kind of like
some party
festival or
yeah.
something, which she danced with Elias, and then Elias tried to kiss her.
Which Elias is
the Mute Master's son.
Yes.
Which
okay.
the Mute Master is basically like
not mute.
Well, he's not, but it's like a basically like a religious thing. Like he chooses not to speak, right? And I think his son was doing the same, because I think that like when he tries to kiss her, she like thinks about going for it, and then I think she's like thinking of like Sam and like all back home and like all this stuff, and she kind of like locks up and like kind of, you know, freezes. And then he doesn't say anything to her, but he's like really sweet about it, and basically gives her a look which she interprets to be like, you know, you can't blame me for trying. I mean,
right.
Even though it's like far away and stuff, like, or she's about to leave, and obviously they don't live in the same place. So
and then Ansel cons her and basically says, come to the city, come with me on this mission, I'm getting sent to do like negotiations or whatever with, I want to say Bellicon, and that's not right.
Lord Barrick.
Thank you. And come to find out, Ansel has been making these plans with him to kill the Mute Master.
Basically betray.
Let in all of these soldiers into the assassins.
And not that she doesn't, and I think it's not that she hates them or anything. It's because Barrick has troops, and Ansel's been, you know, hiding basically with the Mute Master all these years because her home was destroyed and like sieged. Is that right?
Yeah.
Anyway, and so Barrick was like, basically, you let me in, I'll give you 1,000 troops to go take back your homelands.
Because her main mission is very much go home and get revenge on what happened to me and my family. That is her number one goal and number one focus.
So she's really just looking out for herself.
She
and
is.
It's like, obviously the way she went about this was like so wrong, and it kind of breaks my heart a little bit, but also at the same time, it's like, you can see that like she's been traumatized, and so she's only looking through the single lens of her goal.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh,
so
a big point here: the master, she like saves the master's life. He sends her home with a bunch of money and a letter of approval. Very important. Which is what she needed to go home. Anyway.
Back to back to Arabin.
Yes. Okay, so second to last story, The Assassin and the Underworld. I think this title is a little bit deceiving.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't really understand how it pertains to this story.
I feel like there's just like the sketchiness, and like there's other things happening that you know Selena doesn't really understand yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is an interesting title. So Selena makes it back home to Otterlin, to Arabin, King of the Assassin.
Otterlin, Arabin.
Yeah.
There's a reason why I have trouble with these.
It makes sense. We meet Lysandra, who basically, Lysandra and Selena are just a cat fight waiting to happen.
Yeah, because Lysandra is like taunting her with Sam and Oberyn. Arabin. Gosh. I'm never going to be able to get that right.
It's okay. As long as you know who we're talking about.
Oh, I know who we're talking about.
But yeah, and Arabin's kind of also like flaunting Lysandra to Selena, when Selena's kind of always been like, this is such a weird relationship. Like, Arabin is like her dad, but then also kind of like
loves her in a weird way.
Yeah.
But he's never been inappropriate with her.
No, he wants her to be like, it's like he wants Selena to only look up to him and only like him and only have eyes for him, even though he's never been like sexual or like anything like that with her.
Yeah, he doesn't seem like he's attracted to her or like wants to be in a relationship with her.
But
it's almost like he wants her to like want him. But I don't think he wants her. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he wants her to be infatuated with him.
It's
and I'm sure that's purely so that he can keep her under control. I don't know.
But yeah, so Lysandra is a courtesan, and essentially like works for hire.
Yep.
Well, or is about to. She's like coming up on her like auction.
Her auction day where you can bid on her.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of a very like it makes sense for like that world and that time period sort of. I mean, it all fits into the story, but it's also kind of a really sad like.
Yeah, but of course that's that was going on. That still goes on, you know, like stuff like that definitely was happening, and he literally runs like his business is running assassins. So like of course he's going to be involved in that sort of a world.
Yeah. So anyway, okay, so then Selena, sorry, I was like looking up for my notes here. Selena that's hired for a job. She goes to this party to kind of scope out or I think she's trying to carry out the job at this party.
Yeah.
She meets a boy that she dances with at this party.
Does a little flirting.
That's really cute. And then Sam steps in and is like, nope.
Don't think so.
Yeah.
She's basically hired by an ex-wife to kill her. Well, she's hired by a woman to kill her ex-husband.
Yeah.
Because he's involved in slave trading.
So that's what Selena thinks.
So she thought, yeah.
So like that's
they
what
set
Selena's
it up so
told.
that she would accept the job to do this.
Yeah.
But actually, the wife is the one involved in the slaves.
Yeah. And I think the husband is actually trying to like
right
end all of these things.
Right.
But yeah, so Selena's hired kind of sketchily for a job. She gets caught in the midst of this job and then almost dies.
Gosh, the sewer scene, yeah.
In the sewers. But Sam comes and saves her literally at the last minute. I'm pretty sure he's giving her like CPR, like mouth to mouth with sewer water probably coming out of her. I'm like,
disgusting.
That is a brave
They're
soul,
so much
kind
tougher than I
man.
am.
Like, oh wow.
He loves her though.
Yeah. So, and then it's like shortly after that she realizes that she might be falling in love with Sam.
But he's the one that admits it first, right?
Yeah.
He's the one that's like, I love you.
Yeah. Which is, it honestly comes out of left field a little bit.
Yeah,
like I feel like it was kind of
it's
leading.
Been building
it was
for a
kind
while,
of leading
though.
up to that. But I feel like when I first read that book, like it did kind of hit me weird. I was like, wait, what?
Well, yeah, because it's just like a bunch of short stories thrown together.
Yes.
So that, yeah.
And then like within her realizing that she's in love with Sam, they're like, we have to get out of here. Like Arobin's crazy, obviously.
I have an apartment.
She gets an apartment. She pays
sells
off
the horse to pay him off.
So she pays off of all of her and Sam's debts to Arobin because, of course, they're so indebted to him. And then there's this spider silk scene because she had this spider silk, which she got when she was in the desert.
Or is that in the next one?
Yeah, it's at the very end of it.
Oh.
But there was this spider silk that she had gotten when she was in the desert.
Oh, that's right.
And she had it sewn into his suit right over his heart, and it saved his life.
Yep.
Super cute.
Okay, Assassin in the Empire. I know this is going to be a tough one. So this is the thing that we couldn't talk about.
In our debate. But if you already know, you already know.
Yeah, if you've read it, you know.
The first part for me, which makes me just hate Arobin even more, is like when it's like the very first part of this book is Selena's like going, like obviously she's not with Arobin, she's not living with him anymore, but she used to go to this symphony or this like orchestra show every year with him, and he knew it was her favorite thing ever. She would get dressed up and she like absolutely like adored going to this. Well, Selena like sneaks in.
She's
quietly
sitting in the rafters.
Yeah, to go watch this because she's not gonna miss it, obviously. And she sees Arobin bring in Lysandra.
He does that on purpose. Like he knows she's gonna be there.
Yeah, he knows she's not gonna miss it.
Listen, this man is upset that she has left him. Clearly. So Sam's fighting in the vaults because they need money. They don't have money. They want to move away. They can't get any contracts because he's in charge of all the contracts. Also, they have to pay all of these fees to get out of the guild. They don't have any money to pay the fees. So they go, well, I guess before that, they go talk to him. And they're like, hey, we want to leave. And he says, okay, you can leave for an exuberant amount of money. And they're like, okay, fine. So now they're trying to figure out how they're going to get the money. And magically, this contract just falls into Sam's lap.
Well, also I think Arabin was like obviously like, I mean, he's the king of the assassins, so he typically like anybody who wants anything done
They
like
go to
goes to
him.
him.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he was telling anybody and everybody,
Not to go to them.
if you go to them, I'm going to kill you, basically, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So,
But this contract magically falls into Sam's lap.
yeah, and I'm sorry, but Sam, like this person, cloaked, hooded, you don't really get a good read on their voice. They don't know who sent them, and you're just going to believe that this is like legit.
They're young. They're so young, and they want to leave so badly. They're desperate. That's how they got caught up in all of this.
I know.
It's sad. It's a very tough lesson that they had to, well, she had to learn. She learned a lot from that. And it made her better going forward.
Sure.
Kylie's not accepting of this at all.
Essentially, the job is to kill
Jane.
the like Jane and Farron, who are like the head crime lords in the city. So they do some scouting, they do some running around.
Urban shows up in the middle of the night one time at Selena's apartment and is like, I know what you're doing. It's a bad idea. I think that's him thinking, I'm maybe regretting some of this. Maybe I can talk them out of it. Maybe they'll come back. And then Selena's like, none of your business. Get out of here.
That, or he just is trying to keep his name cleared or act like
Maybe.
he's not involved.
Maybe.
Or my third thought is that he is, in his mind, he's thinking, I don't think they'll get away with it, but what if they do get away with it? I don't really want them to leave.
Yeah, I think a lot of it I think he's much more emotional than he likes to pretend
He's
that
kind
he is.
of unstable.
He is, but he wants to keep Selena, I think, more than anything else in his life.
He could give less of a crap about anybody except for her.
But he really wants her.
Anyway, moving on. Onwards and upwards,
Okay,
my
so
friend.
They've done their scouting. Sam decides he's going to kill Farron, and then she's going to kill
Go in and kill Jane.
So Sam leaves to go kill Farron. They decide upon a time. This is such a sad scene. She's pacing, watching the clock, pacing, watching the clock. Like,
she leaves to go try to find him.
yeah.
She can't. She's like, oh, he must be hiding out somewhere because obviously it's not safe for him to be running around after doing what he did.
So she comes back to the apartment.
Arabin's there.
Waiting for her. He's basically like, they thought it was me. I'm so sorry. He's dead. They left him on my doorstep. So she obviously goes with him, sees Sam.
She's like, yeah. And
Won't believe
Arabin,
it
of course,
until
is
she
like,
sees it.
you don't want to know. You don't want to.
Because Farron did a number on Sam, to say the least.
Yeah. I think that's what, like, hurts because Sarah just describes it in such detail that I don't need to know.
It is sad.
And then don't look up fan art, which I didn't look it up. It just found me. The fan art afterwards that found me, like I can't like I don't even want to reread that book ever in my life because I don't want to relive that
moment.
Torment. My heart.
Yeah, it's very sad. And the lavender soap. It's so funny how such a small thing became such a large, like it became so impactful. Like I know some people like on the internet, like they can't even have lavender soap anymore in their house because it just makes I mean,
yeah, you bring it to me.
Anytime I see it, that's what I think of too. Like I think of Sam.
You bring it to me. Merry Christmas, Kylie.
I did include a thing of lavender soap in her Christmas gift. It's okay. It's going to be fine. I mean, he's dead. Listen, in the grand scheme of things, Sam was so short-lived in this. Okay. All right. Too soon. Keep moving on.
It was way too short-lived. Like, I needed more. I literally just accepted the fact that, oh my gosh, they're like together. Like, they barely even kissed.
Exactly.
And like, she really, like, this is her first love.
It is her first love.
Like,
That's why it's so sad,
first,
too.
like, true, like, love. Somebody who actually loves her back. It's not Arabin that's just trying to manipulate her. Like, she's never actually gotten to experience love before. And then she finds this guy who's a really good guy. And they just absolutely torture him.
Well, he was just I mean, it's not because of anything that he did. It wasn't really his fault. He was more or less just like a pawn in the
worst
whole
part.
game.
Is it's like he was literally just a pawn. They literally tortured him because of her.
Yeah.
Just to mess with her.
Yeah.
Like, that's what just gets me. Anyway.
Very sad.
So then
she goes to sleep in her old room. Well, she goes to sleep in her old room.
Yeah.
And then she wakes up and she hears them talking in the hallway, and she goes to leave and the door's locked. So she leaves out the window, obviously, in a blind rage. She's livid. She sees the window. She knows that they're in there. I immediately was like, this is a trap. Don't go in there. And what does she do? She goes in there. Again, she's so young.
Yeah.
She doesn't know any better yet. Goes in, immediately kills Jane, starts to go after Farron. All of the gas comes in, paralyzes her, which I'm sure is how they caught Sam as well.
She mentions that the smell is similar. Like, she remembers the smell similar to that was on Sam.
And then, yeah, she's basically trapped. Farron turns her over to the king so that he can become the new crime lord.
Mm-hmm.
The king sentences her to
basically life in Indovir.
9 lives. Yeah. And how do you say it?
Indovir.
Indovir?
That's how I say it. Which is basically like these salt mines where people just go to die.
It's a war camp, like what's it called? A death camp. That's the word I'm looking for. So cut to like probably one of the most important scenes in this whole entire book. Things are always happening on roofs. Roofs.
I don't know.
Things are always happening up there in these fantasy worlds. So cut to them. They're on the roof.
Them as in Arabin and Farron.
I said it right that time?
Yeah, you did.
Arabin and Farron, they're sitting up on the roof, and they're having a discussion. And Farron says something, and Arabin is...
Well, it's because Selena is being, like, carted out.
They're watching her.
They're watching the soldiers cart her off to Indovir.
Mm-hmm. And Farron is basically like, are you going to go get her? Like,
yeah, that's like the whole plan.
It'd be a lot easier to get her now than it would be what you were planning on getting her inside the castle, basically.
Yeah, like your whole mission at this point was to, like, save her, get her back, and like basically now her be indebted to you forever again because
because you saved her from all of this. And he's not saying anything, and then Farron says something to kind of rile him up, I think, and his response is like, don't forget who gave you your crown, Farron. And Farron's like,
okay,
well,
cool.
Yeah.
Like,
and
what's the point?
Also, why'd you do it? And he says, because I don't like sharing my belongings.
What a piece of scum.
Ugh. There's so many things going into that, too, like why he did this whole thing. I mean, why is he just going to, let her go off to the salt mines?
Like, is he... And that's the other thing is, like...
He worked so hard to keep her here.
And to train her. Does he truly think she's going to survive it, and then he's going to go just get her later on? Or does he just really not care? Like, he's kind of over it? Like,
I think he cares. I think he cares too much.
I do think he cares. I think he, like... He wants to keep her for his own, but maybe he's, like, wanting her to get broken down a little bit. Like, he wants to break her so that he can rebuild her.
I don't know. I don't see him going back for her once she's there. I kind of think that he is just so emotionally wrapped up in all of this, and maybe he realized he's, like, too emotionally wrapped up in all of this.
And maybe he realizes he messed up. Like, he mentally messed with her too much, and he can't get her back now.
Or he's afraid to face her.
Yeah. Because she's pretty powerful.
She's kind of scary.
She's a bad little girl.
If she ever found out that it was him
oh my gosh,
who orchestrated that, then there would be a price to pay for sure. So, I don't know. Maybe he doesn't want to live with that fear the rest of his life either. I don't know. That man is such an intriguing character.
We should take a psych class and then just, like, our whole, like, you know, they always
And
give you
just
they always
study
give
these
you a
characters.
project, right? And you have to like study someone. We're gonna study Lord of the Assassins, Arabin, whatever his last name is.
I don't remember.
Let's feel like it starts with an H.
Hamill.
Yes. I was like, it's not Hamilton, but that's what I want to say
Yeah,
right
it's close.
now. Yeah, he is a messed up man.
Well, whether you read it first or you read it third, it's
Honestly,
good.
though, I want to know like if what you did and why
Yeah.
and your thoughts.
And what are your thoughts and feelings? I love having this conversation with people who've read this book.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It is so much fun.
It is truly. I don't know anything else that is like debated more heavily right now, to be honest.
In what order to read these books? Yeah. I've also seen something about how people have read, like, you read these stories after this book, and then you read these stories after this book.
Okay, but yes,
I think I would hate that.
to me, that would make more sense than reading it third, because there's different characters that come back at different points, and like how important that is, like, you know, you'll find out. But like, why wouldn't you read it? You know, maybe like right before that book that character comes back into.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember, but at this point, no one's really come back, so. Oh boy, that was Kylie's wine glass against the microphone.
It's a really cute wine glass. Jordan got this for me for Christmas.
Part of her Christmas gift. Yeah. Okay, well.
Anyway, I just wanted to cheers, I guess.
Cheers to getting through
Cheers
that.
to
That
the
was gonna
New
be that was the
Year's.
hardest part of this whole recap for Kylie.
Maybe.
I think.
We haven't been through Kingdom of Ash yet.
That's gonna be hard, but we'll be going through that together.
Yeah, I'll have a buddy at least.
You'll have lots of buddies. Okay, well, thank you guys for listening.
Yeah, a little shorter episode because it's a shorter book.
Hopefully it was shorter. We'll see.
Our last couple have been a little bit long, so
We've been trying to wrap it up a little bit earlier.
We're making up for that. And we will be back for Throne of Glass next week.
Yes. So that's exciting.
All right. Get
All
ready.
right.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.